It's time for SideScrollers on ScrewAttack.com with me, Stuttering Craig.
Hey, Mr. Donut Head Man, who's trying to kill you? I don't know, but you better not.
And Daily Destin.
This town needs an enema.
And this week's special guest, Professional Jared.
Wow, you're amazing, dude.
Thanks.
And now, broadcasting from the World Screw Attack headquarters in Dallas, Texas, it's the SideScrollers. Oh, welcome to the SideScrollers on ScrewAttack.com. What is going on? Hey, SGC is finally over. I'm Stuttering Craig.
And I'm Professional Jared.
You got a two-pack today as everyone else is gone. Jared is fighting through his absolute fatigue and
Exhausted. I was in the neighborhood, so.
yes. So we decided to get together and record. We're gonna call this. We're going old school with this. A SideScrollers Mini this week.
Yeah.
As it's something we used to do way back in the day when I was the only one around to record SideScrollers. Everyone has the first few days of the week off because everyone is so blistering tired from unloading trucks and loading trucks and setting up and all that stuff. So.
My feet still are in pain from Thursday night.
Yeah, for sure. It's amazing. So today you're going to get a brief SGC recap. I know that a lot of people, listening to this obviously didn't come to SGC, but we want to allow you guys the opportunity to kind of, relive some of the experiences of SGC 2010 with us and
Kind of see it from our eyes, yeah.
Yes, exactly. So, we talked about this last week, I believe, where it was kind of like people don't really realize that we're the ones doing like everything. We don't have another company that comes in and runs this for us, like a PAX or like an E3 or something. We do it all. So we're the ones unloading this. We don't have. We thought we were going to get movers this year, but movers didn't quite work out.
We unpack, we set up, we get the decorations all put up. We have to figure out all the stuff with the hotel, getting stuff like the internet landlines and stuff going, and make sure we have power for every single room and all that crazy junkus.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously, we're not sitting here like complaining or anything by any means. Cause
we're just saying we're busy.
Yeah, it's extremely tiring, and then to come back and be ready to go with content every single day is tough to do. So hopefully you've seen the last few days of content on the site. You've been able to see the unveilings of Hydro Thunder Hurricane and Sonic the Hedgehog 4, which was amazing.
Those were so exciting.
Yes.
Like I got excited just from the crowd reaction.
Yeah, I mean, you guys weren't actually in the crowd. You guys were in the back playing with projectors.
Yeah, I was running the projector, and even back there, just seeing people cheer and all that, even I was like, oh yeah, Sonic 4!
Like,
even though I've known about it for how long.
Yeah, exactly. And, the thing about it was, I was up there on stage, and I tried to do my best wizard impersonation. And I tried, and when they heard that spin dash and the rings, and the place went nuts.
Great.
Like, I just stood on stage with my arms up, just like, yes,
absorbing the glory.
It was so unbelievable, and it was funny because we posted that video on both Screw Attack and YouTube, and one of the comments I think on YouTube said something about in an old commentary we did of the Wizard, how I mentioned that the unveil of Mario 3 was something that I wanted to do, and like that was it.
Boom, you had it.
That was so it. And,
complete with Wizard quotes.
Yes, exactly, and it was it was definitely
siblings, animals.
Yes, ladies, gentlemen, siblings, children,
nerd.
Animal. Oh man, it was great. So, anyways, getting back onto the SideScrollers side of things, we're not going to have any news desk this week. We're not going to have a middle segment this week. You're not going to have hard news this week. You're going to get Craig and Jared talking about SGC this week.
The best SideScrollers ever.
Yeah, quite possibly. Yeah. So it's going to be no breaks. We don't take breaks this week. It's going to be all the way through, and we'll see what we can do about getting some foreign questions in here. But we can't make any promises because it is all SGC recuperation all the time right now. So we got the schedule of everything in front of us right now. So let's just start the rundown. I know we did a scheduled rundown last week, but let's talk about like what actually happened from our eyes.
Yeah.
So
where do you want to start?
Well, let's just start on Friday. You were the MC of Name That Video Game tune in the panel room.
Oh yeah.
That was pretty wicked. So how did that go?
Actually went pretty well. I did like 2 rounds of 3 guys, and first raise your hand and name the tune, whatever, and then I did like finalist after that, and then after all of those, I just played with the crowd. Now we had a couple of guys from OC Remix in there. and they knew almost all of them. Luckily, I kept them in the crowd instead of making contestants. But I was like, oh, come on, I thought I was really going to stump you guys. So I was pulling songs from, like, Illusion of Gaia, Shadowrun.
Well, you would hope that the guys from Oski Remix, like, have a good idea of what the tunes are, you know?
But that was fun. Like, a lot of people showed up for that, so I think that's something we could probably look into doing next year for sure.
For sure, yeah, possibly a main stage thing. A lot of the, oh man, a lot of the things on the main stage were quite a production. You know, we really wanted to put a emphasis on heading to the main stage and checking things out.
And you probably saw from the videos with our giant balloon decorations.
Oh my gosh,
Mario
the
and
wall
Sonic
was
so
awesome.
cool.
Yes, incredibly cool. Thanks, Dad. People don't realize, like, SGC is very much like, it's, you got the ScrewAttack family, and then you got the extended family of everybody who knows a ScrewAttack staff member. And so, like, you know, my parents, they run a decorating business, and
Chad's friends are running Iron Man of Gaming with them.
Yeah, absolutely. So, you know, there's a lot of family that goes into SGC for sure, and it extends out to those who come.
At the main stage.
Yeah. So on the main stage, probably the first thing that this weekend was a weekend of me covering my eyes and saying, "Please don't get sued. Please don't hurt anybody." And that started with the Life and Level.
Oh,
guys.
those crazy.
Did you watch that all the way through?
I didn't watch until when they went outside.
Okay,
but I've seen enough to. I knew it was happening.
Give the G1s a recap of exactly what the Life now.
Oh, I saw them rehearsed beforehand. Actually, okay. So before like Life Level even show up, you know, Craig had even asked, or I got an email from asking, "Hey, can you buy us a cattle prod?" So we're like, okay. And sure enough, we got him a cattle prod. And we had it in the storage room. So we brought him over to the storage room. And he's like, oh, this is a cattle prod? We're like, yeah. All right, let's make sure it works. So Johnny from Life and Level grabs the cattle prod. Josh pulls down his pants and is bare-assed. And they just start shocking each other right there in front of us. And we're like, what are you doing? Why?
These guys have no fear at all.
No, they don't. They are gluttons for punishment. And then up on stage, they're doing like they were doing like game challenges against people from the crowd. They come up and play each other in the game. Josh was doing a Mario Kart. And anytime someone said, "Don't tase me, bro," they got other person would get cattle prodded. So while they're playing, Johnny was cattle prodding them, and they're just trying to race. And
now the thing about it is that they're playing with the Super Nintendo controller.
Oh yeah, that's right.
They're playing with the Super Nintendo controller, which is, you know, has electricity rolling through it, right?
Yep.
And they get shocked, so the electricity rolls through their body, and then eventually goes through the Super Nintendo controller, through the cord, to the Super Nintendo, and guess what? It breaks.
They shorted out the Super Nintendo they're
with a cattle
playing
prod.
on.
Yes, which is absolutely just ridiculous. And they're like, well, I think we pulled it out. No, you just ran electricity through this cattle prod, through your body, through the controller, to the...
Anyway, they had to do a drinking thing where they drank absolutely disgusting ingredients. The first one to finish at one. The person who lost.
They drank piss.
Piss and pubic hair and...
Pig's feet. They literally drank pig's feet. It was disgusting.
They put in a blender, pureed it, and...
They will definitely make the best of SGC 2000.
Yeah, that's not even the end of it, but you'll see.
You'll see it, for sure. Then we had the opening ceremonies that night, which was described by Nick as ScrewAttack diarrhea. And it was one of those things where we just wanted it to be, you know, most opening ceremonies are like, hey, thanks for coming out to our con. Hope you have a good time. Let's recognize these people. We want it to be like, bam, bitch. And that's
which we literally did.
Which is exactly what happened. Right at the opening, we ran a video package, and then Angel standing behind this balloon wall, which explodes, and he comes out, and everyone goes, oh, yeah, and freaks out. It was great. So.
Yeah, and then of course a lot of craziness happened after that, which you'll see in videos coming up if you haven't heard from other G1s already.
Yeah, absolutely. Then we have the nerd panel, which was very stereotypical nerd panel. Yep. He goes up, people ask him questions, and they ask him about his worst game and all that stuff. And it is what it is. People asking questions to James. Then later that night we had the Bruno Floss live concert, which was actually delayed because he was on a plane that was.
Yeah, it rained the entire weekend. It's still raining today, actually. So because of that, Brent's connecting flights got super delayed. So his concert, which is supposed to be at 7, didn't happen until 10 p.m. And that it happened literally 5 minutes after he showed up at the hotel. He just showed up, donned his suit and said, "All right, concert time, let's go."
Yep. This big props to Brent for pulling that off. But it was a great show.
It was a great concert. The new SGC secret song about a certain ScrewAttack member was excellent.
I'm sure you'll see that as well. Not a traditional ScrewAttack member that you would think of at the
not so
HQ,
much.
but it was definitely
It was great.
It was called Beef. We'll leave it at that.
Yeah, it's called Beef.
So then we, after a long night that night and tired legs, we'll go to sleep, wake up the following morning, and we have the Meet the ScrewAttack panel, ScrewAttack crew panel, where we're all on stage just chit-chatting. That was fun. Uwe Boll. Then we had the Uwe Boll panel, which went really great.
Yeah.
It started off a little nerve-wracking because he was originally supposed to go over Skype and have a video connection. But then we had to scale it back to phone because he's filming a new movie and he didn't have internet access. So we did a phone call, and we had 10 people ask questions, 10 G1s, and it was good up until it was good all the way through, but the last guy, he really wanted to kick Uwe Boll's ass.
Yeah, he literally challenged Uwe Boll to a fight right there over the phone.
And I said, we'll see if we can make that happen for SGC 2011. So we'll see what we can do. Then we had the Q&A with Bernal Floss, and then Spoonie had his panel, which was great.
Yeah.
Spoonie's a really cool dude.
Yeah, he is really cool. I talked to him quite a bit behind the stage right before his panel, and he's really big into like D&D and stuff. So I was nerding out with him. But
yeah, it was like watching two Jareds standing next to each other.
Yeah, that's something I got all weekend. Dude, Jared, you look just like Spoonie. What? Nuh-uh. Spoonie looks like me.
That's right. You were there first. No, but Spoonie's a real cool dude.
Yeah, absolutely. And he was really, really cool all weekend. So it was great having him out.
Yeah, he was like, man, this is awesome. I'm really enjoying this. He had a great time. So
yeah, he was just as exhausted as the rest of us, of course. But
for sure. And after Spoonie's panel, then was the most nerve-wracking hour of my life.
Oh, geez.
Which was the Talking Classics with Keith Apicary panel.
Surprise!
Where generally, this year we wanted to go in with a plan of exactly what was going to happen. And Keith gave me his plan. And then promptly threw it out the window. So it was funny because I was in the back watching it on the tape, and man, oh man, he was getting thrown in the air on a blanket trying to reach the ceiling of the ballroom.
Like 25 feet into the air, just
as I'm seeing this giant balloon wall just plowing down on us behind it, from him being tossed in the air. And then he tells everybody, he gets all his Rambos on stage, all the G1s, has them take off their shirt, kind of like last year, and then he says, "Go run outside and do a lap." And I'm just thinking, oh my God, someone's gonna die.
They did a Rambo race.
Yes, it was crazy, absolute insanity. And he sang a new song, which you'll be hearing soon, about Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah. Kelly was there.
Yes,
and they actually did a live performance of Classic Gaming Whiz, the kind of duet thing with a bunch of all the Rambos on stage singing along. So that was really cool too.
And then Kelly's such a sweet girl. Such a sweet 13-year-old girl. So sweet. She just is cute as a button, and was a little intimidated by the amount of people there, but she had a great time.
There's a great picture of her being held up by all the half-naked dudes from the Rambo run or the Wet Conga, I forget which, but there's a bunch of half-naked dudes holding up Kelly.
Nice. That's assault. Then after the hour that scared the shit out of me, we had the cosplay contest that you hosted, and
yeah,
I heard that one phenomenal.
I thought it went absolutely great. We had a lot more original costumes this year, which was cool to see because when you go to cosplay contests, you see a lot of particular like anime and video game characters. So this year, there's very little Final Fantasy. We saw a lot more original stuff. There was we had Boogerman show up. We had the ScrewAttack Panda was on another one.
The ScrewAttack Panda?
Yeah.
Who is this? I have not heard of this guy before.
Gera of My Desert came as the ScrewAttack Panda.
Sounds good. I like it. New mascot.
We had a trio of Soul Calibur characters, and so a lot more costumes that you wouldn't see at any other convention. So that was cool to have a lot more originality.
That's what it's all about. That's great. I heard one thing though is that we didn't have a set winner. Did we have a winner?
Well, here's the thing.
Because we're not here to be like PC here, Jared. We want a first place here. We're not patting our 8-year-olds on the head here.
Well, we had a lot of winners. I had multiple categories. So I had one for most in character, best group, most accurate, and then we also did the judges' favorites, where each one of the judges could pick who they thought was the coolest costume. And the judges were Josh and Johnny from Life and Level, Spoonie was the judge, and then finally Angel, the director of Awesome.
So you guys all had your favorites and such.
Yeah.
Which is good.
And then right after the cosplay contest, since Angel was one of the judges, he also got to give out one of his Director of Awesome awards, which was his favorite cosplay,
Yes.
which he got to hand out.
Well, and those we'll get to the Director of Awesome Awards here shortly.
Yeah, that'll be something different, and we'll get to that later.
Yes.
But we had a lot of winners for the cosplay contest. I didn't want to pick just one because that's lame. So we had over a dozen winners.
Okay, well, all I'm saying is next year we definitely need to have like a god of cosplay or something, like in first place.
All right.
I'm just saying, just throwing it out there.
I'm learning.
It's okay. You're a great host. You're a great host. All right. Later, after the cosplay contest, then we had what some thought was one of the highlights of the weekend, which was a surprise to me, but it was really fun to do, and it was an idea I had a while back, but that was to deliver the ScrewAttack dating game.
Yay!
Yeah, as Jimmy Woods came out and Jimmy hosted the ScrewAttack dating game, where one lucky bachelorette, Robin Brown, had the opportunity to find a date, find love with 4 eligible bachelors.
Very eligible bachelors, I might add.
Yes. And the 4 eligible bachelors happen to be Professional Jared,
Hello.
Tommy the Toucan, Keith Apicary, and Brentalfloss. So it was definitely a wide variety of personalities.
Pretty much the sexiest men you know on ScrewAttack.com.
Yeah, possibly, absolutely. So Ben might have something to say about that. But so it was very entertaining for sure. And
It was completely improv too. We had a lot of people come up and kind of asking us, "Wow, that was great. How much time do you have to prepare and all that?" Very little.
Yeah.
Like we didn't have our bachelorette ready until like maybe half hour before the actual contest. But all of our answers, all the questions, and all that was completely improv, and it went great. So.
And who won the lucky lady?
Well, technically, I was the grand winner.
That'd be Professional Jared.
She had chosen me. However,
What?
when they went to show her who the other bachelors were, as soon as Keith came around the corner, he was in his underwear, so he's already half naked. Caesar grabs the bachelorette, picks her up, and runs out of the auditorium with her.
Like a man should.
Like a man should. So even though I won, Keith got her, and I chased him down and tried to get it back, and...
You snooze, you lose, Jared. Time to be more pro next year.
But on a technical standpoint, I was the winner. And got
All right.
nothing.
So that was really fun. But probably one of the highlights of my night, personally, because I just got to sit back and watch this insanity, was what happened after the ScrewAttack dating game, which wasn't scheduled at all. We went in and we had an intense debate.
Oh, yeah.
We had an intense debate that was scheduled, and it was one of those things that we threw together, and it came out awesome.
Yeah, we had a great debate last year, and we had to follow it up this year.
Last year being Jack Thompson and Mark Methoditis, they battled over some multiple things, the law and video games and such. And this year, we wanted to hit on a number of important topics like that, and we welcomed the game Overthinker to the stage.
Yep.
And who else?
And he got to go up against the game Underthinker, the polar opposite of his own personalities. We had the Overthinker versus the Underthinker debate, which was hilarious.
Yes, absolutely. So we had a guy who overthinks things, and then a guy who breaks them down to the bare minimum. Both making very good points.
Oh, yeah.
Very good points.
Like, even for, again, they had no preparation or anything like that. And, the Overthinker had some very, very valid points. A lot of people really agreed with them, And then the Underthinker had some even more valid points, which you cannot deny.
Absolutely not. And, I think the only thing that you can't deny is that Adam was growing incredibly frustrated. Adam being the moderator of the game Underthinker and his incredible wit.
Yeah, which again, I believe we have videos and stuff on, so you'll be seeing that eventually.
Yes, absolutely. Then we had YouTube Hell that evening. We also had ScrewAttack Hell.
ScrewAttack Hell the night before, yeah. Those went great too.
Yes.
I actually managed to stay through half of ScrewAttack Hell until like 2:30 in the morning before I was just absolutely passing out. And I saw about half of YouTube Hell before I started up a live action Left 4 Dead game. Again, not on the schedule, but I had a bunch of Nerf guns with me. So it started off as a Nerf war between myself, Nick, Ben, and Adam. And then once a bunch of G1s saw it, we were like, oh, we should do live action Left 4 Dead. And I said, okay. So we ended up playing some live action Left 4 Dead.
Now, those are just the things that were on the main stage, aside from Left 4 Dead.
Yeah.
But some of the things that were that were really awesome that we didn't even get a chance. Like I didn't even get a chance to see these things, but I've heard awesome things about. Eddie LeBron, he unveiled that he's working on a new Sonic film.
Yeah, I missed that.
The guy who everyone saw the Mega Man fan film on ScrewAttack. He's now working on a Sonic fan film, which you could potentially see on ScrewAttack when it's complete. Maybe in 2 years or whatever, whenever it's done. Then we had another game of video game, Celebrity. We had the game Overthinker, who it was his first convention.
Yep.
He had his panel, and he said that went really well, and people really enjoyed that.
Pat, the NES punk, had his panel. I
Yes.
guess he did like play the punk, where he played people in the audience and gave them bad games if they lost and good games if they won, and that was really, really cool to watch.
For sure.
Pat's a really cool guy too, by the way.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, all these guys are really, really great, and everyone who came out was awesome this year, for sure. So Saturday wrapped up. Then we made our way into Sunday, even more tired than we were on Saturday.
Yep.
At one point on Sunday morning, we were staying in the hotel room, the big suite we're in, and my wife walks out, and she sees Ben just standing there with this daze in his eyes, you know, and he's got this daze in his eyes, just standing there, just kind of rocking back and forth with his hair all messy. It's like 9:30 in the morning, and my wife goes, "What are you doing?" And he goes, "Huh? Isn't it? Aren't we supposed to be like downstairs or something?" And my wife comes back to me and she goes, "Hey, Ben looks like he's really tired and he doesn't know where he's at." And I said, "Tell him to go to sleep." So
I think I was already up and downstairs by that point.
It was pretty funny.
Ben was up till 6 a.m. making a video for that day. So
Yes, to Ben's credit, absolutely. Like at 1 a.m., I was like, "Hey, we need to get a video up,"
and he did it.
And he did it. Ben was such a trooper this
What
weekend.
a stud.
He was, absolutely. So the following morning, as everyone was sleeping, I got up and hosted video game TV themed Jeopardy.
How'd that go? I didn't get to
It was
see
all right. It was pretty good. I mean, it could have gone smoother for sure. I forgot what Final Jeopardy was and how that worked. But it was early. I forgot that everyone had to write down their answer.
Whoops.
And nobody got Airwolf correct.
Really?
Nobody got it right. So
Wow.
yeah. Then I had my panel, which I debuted one of ScrewAttack's, one of our new ventures we have coming on the way, an iPhone game, which you'll see trailers for coming shortly, called Texting of the Bread, which is a huge homage to one of our favorite games of all time, Typing of the Dead on the Dreamcast. You'll be able to actually download it on your iPhone and your and all other mobile devices that you have, or we're gonna make it available for there. So man, yeah, it's really, really exciting. It's a new feature. Once again, you'll be seeing that you'll actually be able to take ScrewAttack with you on your phone. And play an awesome, fun game that we're really excited about. So you'll see trailers for that very shortly. And then we had, I think, for me, once again, we're going to get back to what we started talking about, was the Iron Man finals.
Oh yeah.
Where we had the top 16 competitors square off in Hydro Thunder Hurricane, and after that we narrowed it down to 8, and the top 8 were unveiled. Sonic the Hedgehog 4.
Oh yeah.
And the place went shit bat crazy.
It was amazing.
Yes. Which I'm sure you saw in the video. So
Yeah.
we'll, if you haven't seen the video yet, you definitely need to watch it and pass it around. Show it to your friends. I mean, that's like, it was like the Evo video from
exactly.
2004. You definitely need to pass that around and show it to your friends. I mean, that thing should have like 1 million hits just because of the electricity in that room.
Like you said, just that spin dash sound effect's all you need to get people hyped up for Sonic.
Yes.
And it worked great.
So, and a huge congratulations to Ryan Flores, our 2010 Iron Man of Gaming. We have still yet to have a repeat winner. Jamal finished in 5th place this year, our winner from 2009.
Yeah.
Making the Iron Man of Gaming the hardest tournament to win in all of gaming, for sure. And that's what we're going to say from right now until we have a repeat winner. I don't know if it's possible. I don't know if it's possible to win 2 times in a row.
Especially with these mystery games, throwing everyone for a loop.
That's right. That concluded that. Then we had our closing ceremonies where Angel handed out his the remainder of his awesome awards.
Yep.
So it was truly. And I also threw out just a ton of video games.
We gave away a bunch of free video games and stuff like that.
Thank you, Sega, for that. Very cool. But man, oh man, it was such a fun weekend. It was like the thing I kept hearing over and over again was, man, 2009 was awesome, and it was the best weekend of my life, and this year topped it.
Yeah.
And it was like, wow, that's such high praise. You know, that's really, really cool that, these people, the G1s, these people who are coming to our event are saying it's the best time they've ever had.
Ever.
Which is like, wow. So,
and we got a trumpet next year.
I know.
Which we will.
Which we will.
We will not disappoint. Not ever.
Never. Ever. Too much effort goes into SGC for it to disappoint.
So we'll pretty much start getting ready for SGC 2011 tomorrow.
Yeah.
So if you want to get yourselves ready for SGC 2011 right now.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing about it is I hear people go, oh, I wish I was there. Oh, I live this place. Oh, I live this place. And people traveled literally from all over the world to be at SGC 2010. So you have a year to start planning. And we're starting planning 2011 like as soon as possible.
Yep.
You know, to make it bigger and better and more awesome. You know, hopefully you start planning to make it there as well. You know, start saving your money, start getting your friends together, because you will have a great time.
Yeah. I
mean, it's just a huge party, and that's the best way to describe it. So,
yep.
You know, I said in the opening ceremony, it says it's a con, but no, that's wrong. We should call it ScrewAttack Gaming Party.
Yeah, it is a party
for sure. I mean, just get together with all your buddies. So, anyways, I guess that's pretty much everything we need to talk about. I mean, we've been talking for a good 20-25 minutes now just about SGC, and I'm sure that everyone who's listening to this is going, God, I wish I was there, or God, that was awesome, or whatever. But just think about start planning now. Sometime around this time next year, we're not going to commit to a date yet because we still have some things to get locked down. But it's going to be great, regardless of when it is or where it is. We're going to make it happen, and it's going to be sweetness because we already got some balls rolling. So,
oh yeah.
So for all you who did come out to SGC 2010, thank you guys very much. It was a great weekend.
Thank you for hanging out with us.
Yes, absolutely. And everyone's like, thank you guys so much. No, thank you guys so much for coming and being just partying with us over the weekend. Obviously, we couldn't do it without you guys, and that goes for every G1 on the site who comes and checks out our videos on a day-to-day basis. So we couldn't do what we do without you guys. Thank you guys so much. Heart, love you, whatever.
Kisses.
Yes. So next week we resume regular programming with a regular crew. So until then, hopefully everyone who came to SGC 2010 had the greatest time as we did. Until next week. Hey, I'm Stuttering Craig.
I'm Professional Jared.
For SideScrollers on ScrewAttack.com. Bye-bye.